Good morning, beloved. Before the world takes hold of your spirit and your attention is scattered like petals in the wind, you must first return home to yourself. The early hours are sacred. They are the hush before the storm, the silence before the song. There is power in the morning, there is peace in the rising sun, and there is promise in your devotion. Let us walk together through 5 revelations of a morning that can change your life. When your eyes flutter open in the quiet cradle of morning, resist the urge to rush. The world will wait. The day will begin whether you meet it with chaos or calm. In those first sacred seconds of waking, let your soul lead. Let gratitude be the first guest you welcome. Not the kind that is scripted or rehearsed, but the kind that breathes from your bones and speaks directly to the divine. Say, "Thank you," and mean it with the weight of your survival, your becoming, your breath. There's a quiet kind of magic in acknowledging the miracle of simply being alive. You are not owed another sunrise, yet here it is, laid before you like a warm offering. The ceiling above you, the bed beneath you, the breath inside you, none of it is promise. All of it is grace, and when you start the day with a spirit full of thanks, your whole rhythm changes, your heart softens, your steps steady, your mind quiets. Gratitude does not erase your troubles, but it repositions your soul to see beyond them. This thankfulness does not need to be loud. It does not need to be shared or posted or photographed. It simply needs to be true. It's the kind of gratitude that honors your journey, the nights you thought you wouldn't make it, the battles that nearly broke you, the prayers you whispered through tears. It's the knowing that even in the middle of storms, there were still moments of peace. Even in the shadow of pain, there was still light. And this morning, in the stillness of dawn, you are being offered a choice. Will you complain, or will you appreciate? Will you mourn what's missing, or will you marvel at what remains? Gratitude is not denial. It is declaration. It is saying, I see the darkness, but I choose the light. I know the struggle, but I will sing anyway. To begin your day in thanks is to take control of your energy, to choose your own weather before the world changes the forecast. In these morning moments, gratitude becomes armor. It shields you from bitterness, from envy, from fear. It prepares you to walk into the noise without losing your inner melody. You may not have everything you want. You may not be where you hope to be, but you are here, and here is enough to begin again, to believe again, to be renewed. So take this moment, breathe it in. Let thank you arise from your lips like a hymn. Let it be your morning devotion, your silent offering, your first act of faith. And as you go forth into the day, carry that spirit with you, not just in your mouth, but in your actions, in your posture, in your love. Gratitude is not a moment, it is a movement, and when you start your morning with it, you shift the entire direction of your life. The words you speak at the start of the day shape everything that follows. Long before the phone buzzes, before the deadlines press, before you step out into the world and meet its demands, you must meet yourself. Meet yourself in the mirror, in the stillness, in the honest space between sleep and stride. And when you do, speak life, speak love, speak power. The first words that leave your lips each morning should not be complaints or worries. They should be declarations of truth. You are not the sum of yesterday's mistakes. You are not what the world has tried to name you. You are not the whispers of doubt or the echoes of shame. You are more, and until you say it, you will not believe it. Speak it. I am worthy. Say it with your chest. Say it with your tears if you have to. Let the walls hear it, let the silence hold it, let heaven echo it back to you. There is a certain healing in words, and when they come from you, they come with an unmatched intimacy. You know your wounds, you know your fears, so speak what your soul needs to hear. If you need courage, say, I am bold. If you need peace, say, I am calm. If you need healing, say, I am whole. Your mouth can either build or break you, and it's a dangerous thing to let the day begin without arming yourself in truth. You see, silence is not always golden. Sometimes it leaves space for self-doubt to grow. Sometimes it allows yesterday's ghosts to wake before you do. That's why morning devotion requires a sound, a voice raised in affirmation, in proclamation. These are not empty words, they are seeds. And as you plant them each morning, you begin to grow into the version of yourself you were always meant to be. Do not wait for others to affirm you. The world is too noisy and too distracted. You might wait forever. No, you must learn to speak to yourself in a way that honors the divinity within. Talk to yourself like someone you love. Lift your chin, square your shoulders, and say, I belong. Let your reflection know that she is seen, that he is valuable, that they are enough. When your first words are rooted in love, the soil of your spirit becomes rich. From that place, you can forgive more easily, you can endure with more grace, and you can shine without shame. The tongue, small as it may be, holds immense power. Use it wisely, use it tenderly, use it as your morning sword. So tomorrow and every day that follows, wake up and choose your words like you choose your path, carefully, boldly, intentionally, and before the world names you, name yourself. Name yourself peace, name yourself strength, name yourself light, because that is exactly what you are. In the early morning stillness, before the world's voices rise to a roar, there is a sacred quiet waiting to embrace you. It is not the absence of sound, but the presence of peace. It is not empty. It is full of answers, of clarity, of strength that cannot be found in noise. That silence is a sanctuary, and stillness is its door. When you begin your day in stillness, you align with something eternal. You come home to yourself. We live in a world that demands motion, glorifies busyness, and mistakes chaos for productivity. But a soul that never rests, never listens. And if you do not listen, you will miss the instructions. The morning stillness is not wasted time. It is sacred preparation. It is the sacred art of listening to the whisper that is too holy to shout. You must quiet your surroundings to hear the voice within, the voice that knows who you are, what you carry, and where you are meant to go. It takes strength to be still. It takes courage to resist the urgency of the world, and instead sit in the moment, breathe deeply, and acknowledge your presence. When you sit in stillness, you begin to realize that your worth is not based on how fast you run or how much you achieve. Your worth is rooted in your being, and that is enough. You are enough right here, right now. In that stillness, the mind begins to settle, and the heart begins to speak. Your anxieties, your wounds, your dreams, they all rise to the surface, not to overwhelm you, but to be seen, to be heard, to be healed. And it is only in the quiet that they feel safe enough to emerge. This is not a place of weakness. It is a place of power. It is where you confront the truth, where you meet your peace, where you hear your Creator more clearly. Stillness is where battles are won before the first sword is drawn. It is where clarity is born and confusion dissolves. It is the place where fear melts and faith takes its rightful seat. Even 5 minutes in the quiet of your soul can reroute your entire day. It's not the length of time that matters, it's the depth of presence. And when you rise from that stillness, you do not rise the same. You rise grounded, you rise whole, you rise knowing who you are and where you are going. The world may try to shake you, but you've already anchored yourself in the calm before the storm. You've listened, you've centered, you've come home to your purpose. So don't run into the morning blindly. Sit first, breathe first, listen first, make stillness your daily devotion, and from that sacred place go forth, not in panic but in power. Let your silence speak louder than noise, and your peace shine brighter than chaos. Because the one who is still is never lost. Before the aroma of breakfast fills the air or your feet touch the floor in full stride, there is a moment that belongs to your spirit alone. Before you feed your body, feed your soul. For the body may hunger for bread, but the soul yearns for truth, for wisdom, for something eternal. Morning devotion is not just prayer or posture, it is nourishment, and if you starve your spirit, everything else you build will stand on weak ground. So before you reach for the toast or pour your first cup, reach inward. Reach for a word, a verse, a whisper from the divine that reminds you who you are. Pick up a passage that stirs your strength. Read a line that lifts your eyes higher than your troubles. Write something raw, something real, something your soul needs to confess. Let these become your first bites of the day. Let them sit in your heart like warm honey and guide your every step, because the world will come for you. It will ask for your time, your patience, your kindness, your attention. And if you haven't filled yourself first, you'll run dry before noon. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot serve with joy when your spirit is starving. Feed your faith before you answer to fear. Speak life into your heart before the world tries to do otherwise. Let devotion be the food your inner self feasts upon. Whether it's scripture, prayer, meditation, or writing a few grateful lines, make it sacred. Make it your daily bread. It doesn't have to be long, but it must be intentional. It must be honest, because when the spirit is full, your decisions are wiser, your energy is grounded, and your light cannot be dimmed by shadows. You prepare your body to face the day. Do the same for your soul, because a nourished spirit is not easily shaken. A full heart walks differently. It listens better, it loves deeper, and it rises higher. So let your first act each morning be one that fills you up from within, and then, only then, sit at the table and eat. But know this, the greatest meal of your morning is the one you serve to your soul. When the sun breaks the horizon and the world begins to stir, you are given more than a new day. You are given a new chance to walk with intention. The morning is not simply a transition from sleep to wakefulness. It is an invitation to choose how you will show up. Will you drift or will you direct? Will you react or will you respond with purpose? Morning devotion calls you to move not just with speed, but with soul. It reminds you that your steps matter, and so does the spirit in which you take them. The world will pull at you. It will demand answers before you've had time to ask the right questions. But when your morning begins with devotion, you gain clarity before confusion can take root. You are not tossed by every wind. You walk with a reason. You live by design, not default. Every action becomes a reflection of your values, not your fears. Intention is the silent leader behind every powerful life. It whispers, don't just do, mean it. So when you speak to someone, let it come from kindness. When you work, let it be done with excellence. When you move through the noise, let it be with peace that was planted in the stillness of dawn. Your devotion is the soil from which integrity grows, and integrity will carry you where talent alone cannot. Each morning is a mirror. It asks, who will you be today? Not who you were yesterday, not what others expect, but who you are choosing to be in this moment. That choice is your power. That choice is your testimony. You don't need to conquer the world by noon. You simply need to show up fully, truthfully, and faithfully. Start your day as though heaven is watching, because it is. Let your life reflect the prayers you whispered before sunrise. Let your decisions echo the faith you declared when no one else was listening. Live like your breath is borrowed, your purpose is sacred, and your time is precious. So rise not just from your bed, but into your calling. Let every step be a sermon. Let every word carry light. Move with grace. Live with integrity. And let your morning devotion be the compass that points you to a life worth living.